Hey everyone, Dr. Annika Becca here. It's good to see you guys today. I know we've had a lot of questions coming in. Welcome to the Girlfriend Doctor Live. Welcome to the Girlfriend Doctor Live. We're going to be answering your questions and going through some of the questions that you guys have had in our Keto-Green community and our challenge group. So I'm thrilled to be here with you, and thank you guys for purchasing Keto-Green16. I wanted to just direct you to the resources section on page 293. The resource section right at the top has the link to get extra book resources and bonuses, including the hormone symptom toxicity questionnaire and the daily checklist. So you'll be able to get the daily checklist and the hormone symptom toxicity questionnaire, which I just filled out myself this morning. So just one of these. I'm in the challenge page.
On your page too.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this hormone symptom toxicity, fill it out. Write down your score here at the bottom, and you'll see the scale for the score, what your results are, and share them with us. Let me know. Write down your hormone review of systems toxicity score, and we're going to see what it is now, and we're going to see it improve at the completion of the 16-day challenge. We're going to see some significant improvement in the 16-day challenge. So welcome all of you that are here with me today. I'm so glad to see you guys. I see Jean is with us, Mary, Tracy, Sheila. Great. Welcome, you guys. And let's go through. So again, in your book, tons of great information. This is your week to read and or receive if you haven't received it yet. And then go to page 293, the resources page, so that you can see where the link for the additional resources. You guys want that. A couple notes on the book. You know, we had some challenges with quarantine and printing. So the images of the recipes are just 2 page numbers off from the recipe itself. So they were just off by 2 page numbers. So that'll help you. If you're looking at the recipe and it says go to page 215, it's just 2 pages off. So that's where you'll find the recipes for the images. So just because of quarantine and my editor didn't get final edits, but they have done an amazing job at Random House, Valentine Penguin Random House, in getting us our books on time, May 5th. And I was really happy to receive mine. I actually received mine May 7th. I had pre-ordered way back when it first went up on the store, and I received it a couple days after. And it's just really nice to have the final copy in my hands. And I'm such a paper book person, as I was talking about. I print out these assessments, and I like to keep them in a notebook. So creating your Keto-Green notebook is another great thing to do, your Keto-Green16 notebook or journal, and put this information in there. I tend to have a planner, and so oftentimes I will keep it, tape it, staple it to my planner, and keep it in there so that I have it forever as part of my planner as well. So let's get started with your questions. I know you guys have had some questions, so go ahead and put your questions in below, and I'll start answering some of the ones that came up. I did a fun live in our Keto-Green16 challenge group today, and I'm ready for your questions. So we'll go ahead and get started. I have Brittany here helping me, and Brittany has been helping all of you. There we go. So this is Brittany, y'all. I'm really proud of her. She's been doing an amazing job in our Keto-Green community and also answering your questions on Facebook and YouTube and in the Keto-Green challenge right along with us. So, and despite the temptation of her sister's 21st birthday today, they've been having some great challenges, just fun outside. It's like a playground outside in my house right now. So I'm saying cheers to you. I'm drinking some Mighty Maca. It's a scoop of Mighty Maca with an added squirt of lemon juice and just some water and a couple ice cubes in here. using the spoon that we send out with our canisters of Mighty Maca to be a stir, and taking my afternoon, essentially my afternoon pick-me-up right now. It's been a long day. We've been busy. We've had a lot going on today.
Oh, yes.
So we have some questions in our community, and we're going to go ahead and start. I'm really happy that everyone, thank you, Brittany.
Yes.
Everyone's been chiming in. So where should we start? Delicious. Let's see. From Facebook, a client wrote in, I'm 52 years old and suffering from something from it my whole life. Would Keto-Green and fasting lifestyle be able to help me heal ovarian cyst, endometriosis, and uterine fibroids? I really hope so. I think that's a really great question, is what does it help us do? Where, what are the benefits that you guys will see with getting Keto-Green? And there are a lot of benefits. Trust me, you're going to experience a lot of benefits doing the Keto-Green lifestyle. Without a doubt, we're going to decrease inflammation and improve cortisol and master oxytocin. What that means is we're going to have more energy, more passion, more clarity, and just feel more confident in our body. So I would say absolutely, and definitely as a gynecologist working with women who have had endometriosis, all kinds of gynecologic problems. When we detox our bodies, decrease inflammation, break up with sugar, empower our hormones, we experience 100% benefits. 100% of us will experience benefits without a doubt. And we'll see how you do. We're in this together. Shannon wrote it. Is the official start date for the challenge Wednesday? We are officially starting Monday the 18th. Monday, May 18th is our official start date. And yeah, we're rolling in with that this week about getting alkaline. So I know people are at different levels. Some have already started doing their Keto-Green16. Those of us in our Keto-Green16 challenge group are starting together May 18th. So great. I received a question from Facebook that says, I wake up between 4 and 5 a.m. every day, have coffee, and then a protein shake before I go out on a 4.5-mile walk or run combination. I'm unsure how to fit it in the 16-hour fast since I exercise in the morning. Should I drink the detox drink, then exercise? Should I drink the detox drink, then bulletproof coffee, then go on my walk or run? And should I then drink my bone broth after my exercise and have breakfast, lunch around 11? I really want you during the Keto-Green16 to, when you wake up in the morning, to hydrate, take your shot of Mighty Maca or alkalinizing drink, and then do your exercise and break fast after your exercise. Let's do this little flip in your schedule and see what a difference this makes. So I would do that, after, if you can just hydrate and then do, break fast after, like at the 16-hour point, that would be better. If you feel like you're taking some MCT in the morning before your workout, that's fine too, to give you that added energy. But if you can wait on that too, that's also a good idea. Okay. So we're going to kind of work with what you're switching some habits out. So for the 16 days, especially when you're getting up that early, I want you to work towards just focusing on hydrating in the morning and then breaking fast at the 16th hour once you've worked up to that. So maybe it's starting at 13, 14, 15 till you get to 16. In my book, in Keto-Green16, I have the beginner, intermediate, and advanced plan for that. Okay, let's see here. We had so many good questions in. Let's see. Lewis said, I couldn't find coconut milk kefir. Is regular dairy kefir okay? During Keto-Green16, I really am trying for less dairy. So no dairy, ideally. So Keto-Green16, you'll see that we don't have dairy in the menus and the recipes at all. So I would go dairy-free for this 16 days, Lewis. And Pamela wrote, also, how many servings of Mighty Maca can we have a day? I mean, you can easily have, anywhere between 1 to 4 servings a day. I typically do right now 2 to 3 scoops a day of Mighty Maca. And Pamela asked, let's see here. I want to make sure that I am not overeating. Is it standard to eat a green salad with the recipes in the book? Yeah, I mean, you really can add a green salad. You don't have to. Not all the recipes will have one. You can always add in extra greens, the dark green leafies. They're not going to add any significant carbohydrate count and add additional fiber. So that's perfectly okay to do that. And again, you just listen to your body. Eat to your full, not over full. Like you eat to your satisfied, not over full. Okay. All right. And then Brittany wrote in that again, reminder, the resources page begins on page 293, and that has the link to our resources. Perfect. Okay. Let's see what other questions we've got in here. Sheila said, let's talk about that detox drink. Could you please give me an idea to help the flavor so it's easier to drink? Just start, Sheila, hey, cheers. Just start with Mighty Maca and water, or just start with water and lemon juice. Maybe don't add the apple cider vinegar and or the baking soda initially if it's a turnoff, but definitely do like a scoop of if you have the Mighty Maca, do a scoop of the Mighty Maca and add in a squirt of lemon juice and or if you can, add the apple cider vinegar, because that will assist in alkalinizing, help digestive enzymes. So I'm going to have another sip of mine right now too, because it's so good. Okay. And yes, you can drink it hot. So a member of Facebook said, have you tried it hot? I like it cold or hot, but hot seems to tame the flavor a little. And so that's another good option. Brittany likes to make a hot Mighty Maca tea. She'll put in apple cider vinegar and some lemon juice in that as well. And you can mix it with just an herbal tea that you like as well. That's perfect. All right. A question from Barb. Barb asked, when should we drink the shake versus the protein smoothie? So we have the Keto-Green shake mix, which you can add to it to make it, to add avocado, to add MCT oil, to add, other vegetables. And if you want to add nuts or seeds to it, you can absolutely do that. So that would be to substitute a meal, or if you need to have an in-between meal. Then you can do, those are when you would do the shake, same thing with the protein smoothie. That's interchangeable. Keto-Green shake versus protein smoothie. Jean had given recommendations on making it better to put it in the magic bullet. That works well. And believe me, it can be an acquired taste. You get used to it. But I would start typically just with the Mighty Maca and water, add the lemon juice, then add the apple cider vinegar. Get used to it. Your body's really going to start enjoying it and thriving with it. I received this question from Facebook. The question was, hi, Dr. Anna, is there any lab test that gives accurate values for cortisol, hemoglobin A1C, micronutrients, and heavy metals? I had a CBC a while back, which was blood drawn, but it didn't have cortisol, A1C, and heavy metals. Thanks. So we're going to put down here in the chat box, and we'll put in the groups, the ultalabtest.com/Dr. Anna Cabeca. So ultalabtest.com/Dr. Anna Cabeca. And I have my elite panel in there I recommend, but the basic panel is a really good panel to start with. That measures the 4 key blood markers or biometrics that I like for you guys to know, like, your weight on the scale. And that being your hemoglobin A1C, your vitamin D 25 hydroxy, your DHEAS, and your what else did I miss? Hemoglobin A, HSCRP, highly sensitive C-reactive protein. So these 4 tests are markers of overall health, and you want to see them improve as time goes on. So that's really important. You can self-test or have your doctor order the testing, but for under $100, you can order the test yourself at ultralabtest.com/Dr. Anna Cabeca, and you get that testing. You'll see my basic panel, and you can add on thyroid if you've been struggling for a while to look at that, but that's really helpful. Other labs that I like to use are Genova Diagnostics. They do a lot of nutritional testing, organic acids, amino acids, fatty acids, looking at all of those tests too for nutritional assessment. So that's another higher level. And then I talk about these in my book, The Hormone Fix. I have a whole chart on testing food sensitivity, stool diagnostics, genetics, and blood markers, anti-aging markers as well. So that's really a good resource for you there. Okay, let's see. From Facebook, I received the question, what causes a feeling of shaky hands, feet, and some hunger between meals? I'm trying to eat high fat as much as possible and stay alkaline, but I recently started and stopped some digestive enzymes. Curious if that impacts anything. Oftentimes when you're getting shaky between meals, I really want you to monitor your blood sugar in this instance. So I write about this in Keto-Green16, the continuous blood sugar monitor that goes in the back of your arm, and you use your smartphone to check your blood sugars. So it could be a low blood sugar that's causing that, but other reasons, and that's typically hypoglycemic reaction. But if you're eating Keto-Green, you're not going to have that. I mean, you should stay very, very stable. I would check to see if there's any hidden carbs in what you're eating, hidden sugar in what you're eating that can cause that. That's something to really look at. And so keeping like a food diary will help. On the back of your daily checklist, you can keep a food diary on the back. That's something that really helps us stay accountable for everything that we're doing when we write it down. So the daily checklist helps us be accountable. And again, that's one of your book bonuses. And also just writing down what you eat. That way you can look back and say, maybe maybe I have a food sensitivity to this, or maybe there were some hidden sugars in this. So the next time you eat it, you double check. And I think that can make a really big difference. That's part of the discovery process of getting Keto-Green, right? That's what we want. The other thing too, digestive enzymes, especially as we get older. I mean, the reason I use fermented foods as one of the 16, as well as apple cider vinegar. I mean, you could do a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar before every meal, and that can really help with digestion too. Okay, let's see here. Jean wrote in here, please explain the 3 levels of fasting and why we add the MCT oil in this Keto-Green Jumpstart Challenge for those that are confused about consuming in our fasting hours. So it does get confusing, and I will be doing a special section on fasting and what breaks our fast in our Keto-Green Challenge. So that's coming up. But typically we want to hydrate in the morning and then break fast. Now we can do MCT oil with our tea or coffee, but it does, but you have to monitor. The reason we do that with the MCT is to add fats in the morning to keep you from getting hungry and to help you make that 16-hour time. So this is your first round of this. This is a good way to, improve our willpower and compliance with the program. So there are, as far as going into detail in fasting, I did a daily live on fasting. So we can put a link to that daily live that I did on fasting as why we fast as well. So we'll put a link in here for that. Okay, let's see. Other question. We got a long question here. From Facebook. It says, Dr. Cabeca, thank you so much for sharing yourself with all of us. My question today is, when do we drink? And that is a really good question because it gets confusing. I am, and I love what she says, I'm off to cook another one of your tasty recipes. So we want to typically stop drinking fluid 20 minutes before we eat and wait at least 1 to 2 hours after, typically 2 hours after, to rehydrate. With your meal, you can drink 4 ounces of fluid. The goal is to retrain our body. So we're chewing our food. We're chewing our food really well so that we digest, our digestion starts in the mouth, and then we're not going to be hungry. If we're, in between meals, we're going to absorb our food, our nutrients much, much better. And you're not going to need to drink because you're thirsty and you've been eating food with 3 bites and then swallow, right? That's a really big problem that most people have. You're not alone if that's it. But we want to improve digestion all the way around. So stop 20 minutes before, no more than 4 ounces with your meal, ideally, and then start drinking 1 to 2 hours later so that we don't dilute our digestive enzymes. Make sense? Here, let me pull this up a little closer so I can read this better. Okay. 222. From Facebook. So if I understand correctly, we are to drink the alkaline drink as soon as we wake up. Then do we wait until IF is over to drink coffee? I'm a little confused. I think that I answered the question above. When you wake up, I want you to hydrate really, really well. So alkaline water, tall glass of filtered water, and do your shot of your alkalinizing drink when you're ready for it in the morning. And that way you're detoxing and hydrating in the morning. Now you can do your coffee or tea with some MCT oil to help you start producing those ketones and to help you decrease hunger and cravings. And that will make a difference. And then you break fast after, like in this 16 hours, you can have that during the 16 hours, but nothing else. Another user said, I take a collagen powder supplement. Should I still have bone broth? Again, making your own bone broth, even better. There's so many good nutrient benefits for bone broth, the collagen, the minerals. So beyond collagen, bone broth as a food helps so much with nourishing our bodies, our intestines as well. Now, I think sometimes I also take collagen peptides. I use a couple different ones. I use Further Foods collagen peptides, and what's the other collagen peptide brand I use, Brittany?
Further Food. I can go check.
Yeah, I use Further Food collagen peptide. You just bring the Primal Life Kitchen. Primal Kitchen. So those are 2 ones that I typically use. We've got the sun coming in here strong today. Let's see. And I got another question. This is a great one. So my hemoglobin A1C is 5.4. What is the normal range for a woman without diabetes? Should I strive to lower it? Yes, you want to get it below 5.3. We want to optimize it to as close to 5.0 as we can get. And we can do that at any age. Mine is 4.8. I hover 4.8, 4.9. It used to be 5.7 a decade ago. Another colleague of mine had her hemoglobin A1C of 6.0, and now it's 5.4 after 1 month of doing Keto-Green16 in 2 cycles. So check if you can get these labs tested. Please get them tested. Get your markers at ultalabtest.com/Dr. Anna Cabeca. You'll see my basic panel: hemoglobin A1C, vitamin D25 hydroxy, HSCRP, and DHEAS. So that's a measure of the adrenals. And I write about that in my book, why it's so important to check these markers, along with your blood sugar, your urine pH, your ketones. I mean, these are just fun things to know so you can watch your level of improvement. And even without that, do your hormone toxicity questionnaire, your hormone review of systems checklist, and know your score, know your numbers, know where you're starting. I know that with clients who did my Breeze program in 10 days, we had over a 40% decrease in symptoms. Now, that's huge, right? And we'll see how well we're going to do in 16 days. Okay.
Those are the 2.
Okay, great. Let's see here. Okay, thank you. Here's the 2 collagen peptides we use. Further Food, I love their collagen peptides, and Primal Kitchen. And they now have a chai tea collagen keto latte. So this is great. It's 4 grams of fat per serving and 10 grams of protein. This does break the fast. So you don't want to use collagen peptides in the morning. You don't want to use collagen in the morning necessarily, because that could break your fast because of the protein. All right, that would break your fast. All right. So another question that came in. This is great. Hi, is it okay to not eat all of the 16 options of food? I know sprouts are recommended, but I have diverticulitis. If you know that there's a food that you cannot eat, please do not eat it. Just cross that one out. And there's plenty others to choose from. All right. Another question came in. I believe this is Mavi wrote this question. She said, since you mentioned MCT oil is already in Keto-Green shake, do we need to add again, or is avocado enough? Now you can add additional fat, because there's only in the Keto-Green shake mix, that's, a basic formula or a great, meal replacement. But when we're making a smoothie of substance, we can add additional. So it's a good base formula, but you can definitely add to it. So you could add MCT oil, you could add avocado, kind of look and see how much fat you're putting in there additionally, but that you're feeling nourished with it. So if you're adding avocado, that should be enough to not add any additional MCT oil. And then depending on if you're just using water or you're adding coconut milk, I think you're getting plenty of healthy fat and good quality protein between the two. So just sometimes you feel like you need more substantial meals. Sometimes you feel like you need more, Mavi, and then you just may want to add that extra MCT oil or more of an avocado, and so that you feel like taking inventory. I feel well fed after this meal, right? I feel, this makes me just feel so, healthy, energized. Just check in with yourself and see how you feel. Okay, let's see. Stacy wrote, I had hormone positive breast cancer last year, had chemo, and am now taking tamoxifen. My period stopped in the middle of chemo. What supplements are safe to take to help regulate my hormones, reduce hot flashes, night sweats, menopause symptoms? Thanks so much. One of the staples for my clients with breast cancer has always been Mighty Maca. This definitely helps with hot flashes. So first step for my breast cancer patients, read the Hormone Fix. Second step, join us in Keto-Green16. Read Keto-Green16. Let's do the challenge together. And to help as far as balancing my clients, we do omega-3s, like my omega-3 extreme, that are on my store, as well as Mighty Maca. And then the third supplement all my breast cancer patients are on typically is my Pura D3K2 combination. Vitamin D, we want your vitamin D 25 hydroxy. Now you should know your number. So Stacy, I want you to know exactly what your vitamin D level is right now. How, is it optimum? And so, depending on what country you're in, but in the US, according to our lab values, it's 50 to 80. I like my clients with breast cancer to have a reading of 80 on their vitamin D25 hydroxy. So between those are 3 places that I would start, and we can add on from there. But that's where I would start, Stacy. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're asking questions. I'm glad you're advocating for your health, because we're all about thriving, right? We go beyond surviving to thriving. Okay, so Karen wrote, hi, Dr. Anna, I'm nervous and afraid of not succeeding. I want to see if there's anyone in this group with a similar situation as mine. Sorry for the long post in advance. I've been healthy until 2010 when I had permanent sterilization procedure called Essure. I was told they are 2 soft stent-like materials that are inserted to each fallopian tube, where your body will close around them. But what they really are 2 metal coils made up of nickel. Now, I can't see the rest of that question. I can't see the rest of the question on here. Brittany, if you can see her question, Keron, Keron. But what I would just say is that you're in the right place. You are going to succeed. We're going to detox your body, empower your body, and decrease inflammation. I know that there is some recently, over the last couple years, problem with the eShore sterilization procedure, and you may be experiencing a result of the degradation of those tubes. And that, what we want to do, we want to decrease inflammation and detox your body. We want to do that quickly. So in my Keto-Green16 challenge, we are doing that. I hope you are here to join us. Definitely, start in with us right away, and we'll be supporting you along the way. So you're in good company to get success and to have accountability and to get results. Oftentimes we're afraid, is this going to be a program that fails? No. It is not, because as long as you're taking one next right step a day, like what is your right step today? Showing up here on this call, for instance, that's a huge right step. And I honor that you took time out of your busy day to be here with me and to ask questions and to learn more about what is your next right step. What are the things that you can be doing? So we've had such great questions. Let's see. Another question off of Facebook says, hi, Dr. Ann. I was diagnosed about 4 years ago with autoimmune condition called lichen sclerosis. It was treated and went into remission, but I think it's come back. A few years ago during the summer, I started to get melasma on my face. Last summer, I developed an autoimmune condition called hidradenitis suppurativa. And around the same time, I started to sweat profusely. I was told my hidradenitis suppurativa condition is mild, but still I get really deep boils. Well, you are in the right place. Again, decrease inflammation. Let's heal the gut. So in Keto-Green16, the 16-day plan, we're going to speed up your healing. And during the last 3 days, it's specially formulated with a couple options, including a water fast that goes a long way to heal our immune system, really push us into autophagy and clean up unhealthy cells, and we can see a tremendous transition, a tremendous transformation. You're not alone. Hidradenitis suppurativa is a reversible condition, and as well with lichen sclerosis. Now, with lichen sclerosis, you have to use Julva, definitely, to keep the healthy skin healthy. So use Julva to keep the healthy skin healthy, and that will make a difference in how you feel, certainly regarding the lichen sclerosis as well. Okay, so I had this great question about, and we're going to come back to this one here. Let's see. Kathy said, let's see. I get this question from Jess. Is Keto-Green okay to do if you have Hashimoto's? Yes, it is. And I would say you would experience tremendous results and tremendous improvements. From Facebook, we received the question. I've looked through both the Hormone Fix and Keto-Green16. Both suggest vitamins and supplements, but I could not find a chart in either book with a recommended dose and time to take. So in you can see in Keto-Green16, I have a whole supplement chapter, and I talk about the amounts in general that are recommended. Now, for some supplements, it really depends on the brand that you're using. They're all kinds. So my favorite brands are Zymogen and Designs for Health. Those are two of my favorite brands. And we'll put the link, our link to order from Zymogen. And you can use those as a gold standard to reference your vitamins that you have at home, or to definitely look at my website as well. So like for omega-3s, it has my omega-3 Extreme, this formulation of highly absorbable omega-3 fatty acids. It's 1 capsule twice a day. So in that form, and it depends. So that's how I've recommended it, 1 twice a day. But again, with those guidelines of looking at a high EPA DHA ratio for our omega-3s, for instance, and probiotic. Also, again, look at my store, my ProBio Max, which is the combination strain of probiotics that are definitely designed to help repair and support your GI tract. So the nice thing, I was just thinking that when you eat out, you're often exposed to foods that have GMOs or have been treated with antibiotics, for instance, in our animal proteins. And you ingest those antibiotics and that kills off your healthy gut bacteria. So Probiomax is another one that I recommend, and that's typically one at bedtime. And it says, per product, what the recommended usage is. So again, it would depend on what you need too, but there's usually a basic recommendation, and then we can go above or below from there. The big thing, like with Mighty Maca, we start at 1 scoop a day. Some people, it's too strong at 1 scoop a day. You need to start at a half a scoop a day, especially if you're experiencing some detox symptoms. And for others, we go to 2 to 4 scoops a day. It depends. But typically 1 to 2 scoops a day are plenty and can really help your blood pressure. So, I think that's really key. And if you're on medication, certainly we take thyroid medication away from any other medication or pills for the most part. So you want to do that on an empty stomach. I like to have probiotics either first thing in the morning on an empty stomach or in the end of the day on your empty stomach. Those are the times to take probiotics. But read through my Keto-Green supplement chapter, and that should answer more of your questions. And look at my store with what I take and what my recommendations are. So good questions on substitutions for Keto-Green16. Marianic wrote, can I use sole instead of cod and halibut, or is it better to use those fish? Also, I hate chicken thighs. Can I use chicken breast instead? Yeah, absolutely. You can make substitutions based on your region where you live too. As long as it's in the same category, but wanted to keep it as simple as possible versus giving you 20 options. So that makes sense? All right, let's see. Okay. Tammy said, hi, hon. Oh, that's cute. Thank you. Hi. Beth said, do you like pickled ginger? I love pickled ginger. Hi, Donna. Donna's here with us. She's one of our regulars. Good to see you, Donna. Let's see. I missed a question here. Oh, go from the bottom. Since COVID-19, I can't even find chicken thighs. So you can substitute out another protein, fish or beef or any of the other proteins that are optional options. You can just substitute out one of those, Beth. So a question came in. How interchangeable are the recipes for smoothies and meals as we try to stay under 40 carbs a day, 40 grams of carbs a day? And, to your preference, I, really worked on the 16-day plan to make it as logical and flow as simply as possible. You can always substitute out a Keto-Green smoothie for any of the meals. You want to make it substantial. So you take the Keto-Green powder, a scoop of your Mighty Maca, add in healthy fats such as a half an avocado, and add in, you could use coconut milk or just water, and then add in some greens. What do you have in the fridge? So celery, dark green leafies, kale, spinach, and blend that up to make a powerful smoothie. And if you feel like you need 2 packs or 2 scoops of the Keto-Green shake to make it substantial for you, listen to what your body needs. Everyone's different, right? 100-pound 60-year-old woman is going to be different than a 160-pound 40-year-old woman in what we need. So use your best judgment, discernment, listen to your body. All right, let's see. Okay. Question here. Great. And says, from income, I love the Mighty Maca. I am so glad that you do. Hi, Connie. Good to see you. Balanced Bodywork Massage. Love the book. I'm working on balancing my hormones. Day 3, and I'm already feeling better. That's awesome. One of my colleagues, and you'll meet her next week, likely in a Facebook Live. And she is on day 12 and she is doing amazing. Already a health and fitness guru, but she says she feels she's smaller in inches, just doesn't use a scale at all. I don't know how she does it, but she does not use a scale at all. And she's feeling so much better. She really is excited about the results she's getting. So she's ahead of everyone because she got the book early from me. So awesome. Hi, Donald. Good to see you. How are you? All right, let's see. We got other questions here. Put in our. Do you guys have any last questions? I'm going to take a couple more questions and then head out. Chantal asked, can you eat something other than kimchi or sauerkraut? Let's make it tasty. Let's really try to make it tasty, but the goal is to add that fermented food. So we want to add a low glycemic fermented food to add additional healthy bacteria into our digestive system, healthy fermented foods into our digestive system. So while it may be an acquired taste, it is a worthwhile acquired taste. Now, there are different types of sauerkrauts and kimchis that you can get. You check back on one of my recent lives I did with Suzanne Bennett. I believe that was Friday. She popped in and we talked about kimchi on Friday. So that was with Dr. Suzanne Bennett and myself. And she has the book, the kimchidietbook.com, I believe is her website, drsuzanne.com, and you can find her, but she has the kimchi diet book and has a lot of good recipes for you in that, Chantel. So to make it delicious while we're doing this, we're going to support your gut, your health, every way around. Colleen said, is cashew milk acceptable instead of almond milk? Unsweetened with no carrageenan. Yes, that sounds good. And Debbie wrote, I have supplements from my functional medicine doctor I have to take with food, so I have to drink water while eating. That's not going to throw me off, is it? Also, if I usually put in cinnamon, a half teaspoon Himalayan salt, MCT, 1 tablespoon, scoop collagen, turmeric, 1 to 2 teaspoons, cardamom, nutmeg, sugar-free syrup, and every other day, 1 tablespoon carob cocoa powder. Do I need to stop adding to my 16 to 20 ounce of black tea in the morning? Well, that's a lot. I know if you're making a mix, that's really fascinating. First of all, Debbie, with your taking your supplements with your meal, you're not going to need to drink too much. I mean, keep it to 4 to 6 ounces, and you know, that will be fine. You won't have to take all that. Now, I would just get rid of your sugar-free syrup. I mean, I love the ideas of nutmeg and stuff, but I would just try to avoid that for right now during the 16 days. Take a 16-day break in that, and then you can add it back in with everything other than the syrup, possibly. As it, you know, it's a beautiful, tasty, delicious combination. Or wait for after you break fast to drink that coffee drink, and just drink an herbal tea in the morning, a shot of your mighty maca, and then have your amazing drink without the syrup after you break fast or midday or something. Let's try that. Does that sound good? All right. Okay. All right. Mary says she can find cucumbers, turmeric, radishes, etc. fermented, and those would be a substitution for us for that. So that would be a good substitution. Pamela said 10 days off sugar. Glad that's over. Feeling great. More energy and inflammation down. Awesome, Pamela. It's like breaking up with that toxic boyfriend. So awesome. Let's see. I often get this question about what to do if I don't have a gallbladder, and I always recommend digestive enzymes. So liver gallbladder complex by Designs for Health, and we'll put that link here in the comments. Oh, Brittany, are you able to put that link you're putting it in the group? Oh, because you really have to put it in here so it goes to all groups. That's why it's not going. Okay. I see. Okay. We'll put those links in here in a minute. Let me send this. All right. And let's see. And you guys, I see Michelle said I sent you a messenger. Michelle, just if you have questions, email team@drannakebeka.com. So my website, team@drannakebeka.com. I get this question. How did I get over my cravings for cheese? You just have to stop that. Dairy can be a food sensitivity. There's no dairy in Keto-Green16 in this plan. So it is, really beneficial to completely eliminate it, completely eliminate dairy. And that way you feel your cravings will completely stop. You will completely stop cravings from dairy when you do eliminate it. And then also sugar. As you completely eliminate sugar, your cravings for sugar will go away. So great questions, you guys. Thank you. All right. I think we've got it. Colleen was pitching in here. She has no gallbladder and uses ox bile. The supplement that we use is liver gallbladder complex by Zymogen. I'm going to put the lab test in here, you guys. Ulta lab test, and Brittany, I just sent you the link. ultalabtest.com/Dr. Anna Kebeka. Let's see. Yeah. So that to get the basic panel and just know your numbers and what they are. So that's for the lab testing, ultalabtest.com/Dr. Anna Kebeka, and that will get you there. Debbie said, thank you. You are welcome, Debbie, very welcome. And do we have any last? Question came in. I worry I will kill nutrients if I add boiling water to Mighty Maca, but I enjoy it as a hot tea. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I think that we're pretty shelf stable, and temperature stable with the Mighty Maca. If you boil water and then just let it sit and then add it to the Mighty Maca, that's perfectly fine. You can do hot water. I've been doing it for years that way. And, and that's great. Brittany, we have a question from Laura. She says, is it too late to get the starter kit? How long will it take to get the starter kit? No, it's definitely not too late to get the starter kit, but is that on the store?
Yes.
It's on the store at dranna.com. So the Keto-Green16 starter kit is on my store at dranna.com.
Under the bundles section, but it's called the Quick Start.
Under the bundles, and it's called Keto-Green16 Quick Start. And so that's available there under the bundles, Laura. So check that out. And so you can get all the products, the Mighty Maca, Keto-Green Shake, the urine test strips, which I want everyone to be doing. I keep these around everywhere I go. So check your urine pH, check your ketones. That really does make a difference in how you do and how you feel. It really, really does. So I'm looking through. Awesome. You guys, I'm reading through your comments. I probably have missed some, but I will be back again and will answer more questions. So I want to just welcome everyone in our Keto-Green community and in our Keto-Green challenge group. I'm excited. We start Monday the 18th in our challenge group, and I'll be continuing to come at least weekly lives here, and I am looking forward to it. So thank you guys for being here, and I appreciate you. Lisa put in a shout out, love Julva. Thank you very much. And the question is Mighty Maca while fasting. So Diane, this is definitely one of those questions, like if we are just water fasting, anything breaks a water fast, anything other than water. But with Keto-Green16 in our intermittent fasting window, I do allow herbal tea and I do allow Mighty Maca, shot of Mighty Maca. The principle is that when we wake up, we want to alkalinize and detoxify and really empower hormone balance right off, start our day feeling satisfied. So I would definitely, we recommend that you do, and this is something I've played with, doing with or without, and definitely feel more energized and better after that shot of Mighty Maca. It does not raise blood sugar at all. But if you're using continuous glucose monitoring, like I recommend in Keto-Green16, see what affects you. I had to stop coffee first thing in the morning because it raises my blood sugar 20 to 30 points. So continuous glucose monitoring can show you. Take a look back at my lives. I have a live on testing, test, don't guess. And that's a really important live to listen to. They're all important. I did over 43 lives. So there's a lot of information on there. But the testing, test, don't guess, is a great live to go back and look at. And if you look at on my main page, Facebook at Dr. Anna C, look at my videos, you will see the whole stream of lives there. So I want to thank you guys for being here again. I appreciate all of you taking time out today. Thank you very much, and catch up with you next time.